A roll call, please.
John Heatley.
Here.
Vince King. Vince King. Kevin Rosenau, yes. Arlo Richter.
Yes.
Steve Lewis.
Yes.
RPD Chief Wallner.
Here.
Okay, we've looked at the commission meeting notes from the March 28th meeting and noted a few corrections. Notably, number 4, consideration adoption of rules and regulations for City of Ripon Police Commission. On words, the city administration encouraged the commission to adopt this, not the community. It was stated as a good idea just to be open and transparent and give the commission a template on how to resolve any issues. Also, number 5, consideration of performance, evaluation is spelled wrong, we'll just take the D out. And item 6, Officer Brett, M-E-L-I.
Yes. Come on in.
It would be a correction in spelling on number 6. Are there any other noted changes in the minutes for the March 28th meeting?
Not that I noticed.
With those corrections, I think we would need a motion to accept the minutes as corrected.
I'll make a motion to accept the meeting notes for March 28th after the corrections are made.
I'll second that.
Motion has been made and seconded. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Carried. The second item is citizen input. That'll be a quick one. Item 4, at our last meeting on March 28th, we entered into a discussion about a consideration for employee evaluation for the chief of police. And after a healthy discussion and good questions, it was tabled until we got more information and had a better handle on what this meant in particular. And I think the chief has discovered.
Yeah. So I did supply you, and you should have in your packet that you received a letter from me addressed to the commission, the city administrator, and the mayor in reference to our evaluation process. So after our last meeting, remember we tabled that, as John said. I had an opportunity to send out a questionnaire to the Wisconsin Chiefs of Police Association through them. They have a discussion and answer board that we use, and I got lots of responses back. The vast majority of them, the ones that do evaluations, do not have them done by the police commission. The vast majority of them have them done by the city administrator or city manager. The other ones that have them done by a board is usually a board that doesn't have a police commission, so not all villages, cities have police commissions. Only after you reach that population of 5,500 are you required by state statute to have a police commission. So those other agencies that responded, if they didn't have a police commission, their village board usually would do that, or city manager. So by and large, the police commission does not do that, and that's done for a couple of reasons based on the responses. Obviously, the discussion we had the other last meeting was to gain input from the city administrator, city attorney, and the mayor, because they're the ones that work with the police chief on a daily basis. They're the ones that would have that information to be able to do that evaluation anyway. So that's one of the reasons that the city administrator would do that. The other issue that was brought up was that the police commission is actually the only entity that can discipline or discharge a chief for cause. So having you do the evaluation could lead to some conflicts there that is better to be just avoided by having the city administrator do that. So the process that would probably be followed is that the city administrator would end up doing that evaluation. He would meet with the police chief, go through the evaluation. Once that's completed, he would supply you with a copy for your review. Then you can, if you have any concerns or you have anything that needs to be discussed, you can discuss that with the chief in closed session. So, and I think we kind of were leaning towards that anyway because of our discussion about the input from the city attorney, the city administrator, and the mayor. So I believe, as I listed in the letter to you, that I think the annual evaluation is something important for the chief and for the community. And the city administrator will be doing evaluations for the other department heads in the city anyway. So to me, it makes sense for him to do that evaluation and then follow that process where he gives that evaluation to you, you review it, and then meet with the chief afterwards if you have any concerns or comments in closed session to discuss that. So I think the evaluation should be completed by the city administrator and not the police commission. And that was kind of the information I supplied you with the letter that we sent you dated March 31st. That's included in the agenda. Did you have any questions about that, or are you okay with that process going forward? And I think that's how we kind of leave it, and,
I think that makes more sense.
yeah.
I think it would be, go ahead.
No, I'm supportive too.
I think it would have more value since they're the people that deal with you every day, and deal with the chief.
Yep, and he's got, you know, the insight on whether it's personnel matters, budget issues, relationship issues with other department heads, what's going on citywide, so he's the one that deals with that every day and sees that on an ongoing basis, so I agree.
So with that, the actual paper form or the template or the list of questions or the method of doing the evaluation is not up to us, it's up to,
Right, the city administrator, and he's
Okay.
working on that. We've discussed that. He's gonna do evaluations for, obviously, the other department heads in the city as well. So he's working on a template to figure that out. There's some variations, and he's got some good suggestions. And actually, I forwarded to him some excellent suggestions and form templates that came in as a result of my discussion with the other chiefs. So he's got those to kind of help him with those issues.
so the police commission is, we'll see the results in closed session, but there's no other activity for us in the meantime.
No, no.
So we'll need a motion or anything, we're just basically being informed right now.
Yep, and I think that's the way we'll proceed.
With the mayor here, and he was at the last meeting, I would ask, is he aware of that? He is aware of it now, that process, and of that, he's supportive of that too, so, yeah,
Yep.
makes sense. I like it.
Okay. And thanks for the discussion on that. I know it was something we brought up for discussion, and we had a really good discussion on that, and I think we worked through it, and I think we'll be better in the future for that.
Anything else on that? Moving on, item 5 is interview for candidates for eligibility for hire list, and that would be closed session.
Yeah, I don't see in here the notes for moving into closed session.
I know, we have to read something off
Do you
about
have
that.
that from a prior?
No. I don't.
I think in accordance with state statutes, the police commission can go into closed session to discuss things including employee evaluations and employees' eligibility for hiring. So I think you need a motion to go into closed session for that to be seconded and then moved. And then you can go into closed session and start your next.
I thought we had to list some statute that was reason for doing that, but we're just gonna
Yeah, I
look
think,
for a
I
motion.
think,
Statute, I believe, is 19.85 E or F.
okay. Yeah, usually that's on here, but I don't see that on here. I didn't catch that until just right now, and I don't have a, but I think you need a motion to go into closed session to discuss. As we're in open session, we're moving into closed session to discuss an employee issue in reference to hiring. And under that state statute that was just noted by the mayor, you're able to do that. I think you need a motion to do that, and then a second to the move.
I'll make a motion to have the commission go into a closed session, reference the opportunity to interview a new police officer under state statute 19.85, either E or F, and we can clarify that later.
Motion has been made. Is there a second?
Sure, I'll second it.
Been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no.
Can somebody get me the actual statute that we're gonna need?
I will have Karen send it to you.
check this?
It should probably be something.
Yeah, we should check that. Yeah,
Should be noted.
I've
here
got
what it is,
some previous
too.
minutes
Yeah,
that
I
we've done
didn't,
that.
I didn't.
I don't have it with me. I noticed it wasn't on there, but I just don't have